Hello, this is Dylan with the Embroidery Warehouse. Today I'm going to show you how to adjust your hat hoop straps and clamps. So sometimes when we receive this equipment, the straps are set to be as tight as possible to allow shipping to go smoothly without anything popping loose or anything like that. So what I like to start with is just a Phillips screwdriver. And in this case, I have a slotted tool for my bolts here, but you can just use a regular wrench for these. Now, when we receive these, they're usually tight and unadjusted. So an example in this case is right here. You can see that there's actually another extension there, as well as adjustments that can be made where the standing post is at. So here's a wide adjustment, not very strong right here. A lot of people just adjust this guy here and move if necessary, but I'm gonna show you how to do it to where it'll stay consistent and it'll allow you to keep from snapping these straps. So what I'll begin with here is just loosening my bolts here. And what this does is allow me to go from a gauge. Now, usually factory likes to put them in here, but we want to stretch it out to this third one here. So what I'll do, make sure that my strapping clamp here will be in the correct orientation for when it's looped all the way around and clamping on to the clip here. I got my orientation. I want it closing like this and then opening like this. Put that on my second marker here. Now you want the screws, the flat end of the screw, to come in from the back. That way it doesn't scratch or mark your fabric when you're hooping your hat. And I'll just get it set for that first few threads. Then the next one. Then I'll just hold the back of the Phillips with my finger here just to get that little bit of torque on that so I can come in and finish. And tighten. So that solves the clamp extension. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how to adjust if this pole is either on the inside or on the outside here. For the pole, it's a little bit larger and my current tool won't fit, so that's where that wrench will come in. But I can also adjust the slide tensions here to allow more room if I have larger hats or more thicker material. So I can loosen those just temporarily, stretch it out and keep it loose for when I have my hat and make a nice fit. I can retighten these for when I'm ready and have my test hat on there, and then just basically slide to fit to where it's even all the way across. Now, I've seen a lot of people in my time hoop this under. I don't like to do that just because it's very difficult to make it even and consistent across the way. And there's actually, in most cap making companies or machine making companies, they'll have a groove or expect that second strap to go over. This strap going under is just for storage purposes, so it doesn't get yanked on and pulled out or bent over time. Now, Tajima and other makers, they do have a single strap as well. And this adjustment will be comparable to that type as well. However, just given that it's half the strength, you're most likely going to run into wear and breakage around right here on those single straps, and if not near the clamping side. Now for this pole, I have a crescent wrench here, and I'm just going to loosen the larger bolt here. And once I have that loose enough, I can adjust this pole. Now the reason why we would want to adjust this one is this is where the strap latch is going to go to. So in some cases it may be on this inner peg. In some cases people might put this on this peg. Now I will recommend that if you are needing a very vast adjustment for this, you'll want to reinforce this area, just given the thinness of it, and a lot of hat hoops have this option, to reinforce it with a larger washer. The standards that come with it just hold it for these type of holes, but for this one you'll just want that extra reinforcement. I can say that any tool store will probably have what you need, but it's better to just go safer. So as you can see, I can move this where I need to, and ideally this is going to be even with this. This is kind of holds that reinforcement towards the bottom for your clips for when you clip your hat down. Make sure that guy goes back in. Add my lock washer. Tighten down. Now, as mentioned before, you'll want to get your hat test fitted on your hat cap gauge. Make sure everything's orientated before everything's tight. And then I'll make my adjustments for my hat here, and then just retighten those down. And then it'll be set for each one of your hats that you have set up for this purpose. Once you're completed, be sure to replace your clips so you don't lose those, and you're done.